The pace at which firms are implementing AI is very breakneck. A lot of them are doing it because their competitors are doing it, or other people in the industry are doing it. They feel like they're falling behind, so they rush to get an implementation. And a lot of the clients that we work with are going through these implementations without a real clear end state in mind. Right? They're not starting at what they want to achieve with the AI and then backwards planning how to implement it. They're rushing to implement it and then they're figuring out what it's going to be able to do for them. And that introduces a lot of different security risks. Whether it's something that they created in-house or if it's something that they got off the shelf, there's a lot of scenarios that need to be thought through and considered from a business risk perspective. And I'll give you one example. One of the things that the SEC, FCA, DORA, you name it, requires is a tabletop test of your incident response plan on an annual basis. Right, so you get your stakeholders around the room, you have a scenario that would traditionally be like, Bill in accounting clicked on this phishing email. All right, what do we do next? Or do we need to call our legal counsel? Do we need to report this to the SEC? Who calls who? Who is going to reset his password? Do we need to reset other people's password? They think through that thought experiment, they document it. Well, now with the changing technology, we need to get away from those ones that have been done for 20 years now. And now the more likely scenario is Bill in accounting dragged the wrong spreadsheet into the wrong AI. We don't have an NDA with them. Is that a breach that we need to notify our regulators about? Maybe. But it's not something that was considered. It's not built into their policy of how they're going to be using AI. So slowing down a little bit, even when the technology is moving fast, tends to be prudent from a security perspective.
Yeah. And when you say slowing down in this context, what do you mean slowing down how companies might be using AI tech?
I would just be happy if they put a policy in place, acceptable use policy, just like you have to do with your workstation, right? Where it says you can use this computer for this, this, and this, and not that. Even if they just start with that basis, like this is our approved AI solution, you can use Copilot. You can't use ChatGPT because you like it better, you can use Copilot, right? You can use it for these kind of things. You can't make investment decisions with it, but you can use it for market research. Whatever it might be with the risk profile of the organization. Starting with a policy like that and then building on top of that is a good way to do the groundwork. Trying to implement a solution and then build a policy on the back end that will cover you from all those risks is problematic every time, at least from what we've seen in the last couple of years.